SportsRap CEO in the building. Y'all already knew about that change, but the new change, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Then make sure y'all note the time. Make sure y'all remember the time, because this is where we're going to be from now on. So everybody that's tuned in, you know where I'm at. The link is in the bio. Katie, my girl on Instagram, if you need somebody to sell your house, get in touch with me. I got somebody that can sell your house for you. Get you some good money for your house, but make sure you contact me anyway. Getting back to it. SportsRap Podcast LLC is the group page on Facebook. As you see, I am also live on Instagram at SportsRap CEO. So, if you are on Instagram, I'll turn the camera for you in a minute. But if you are on Facebook, got a guest with me this afternoon. Let me retract that. I got a great friend of the show, family of the show, family of the station in here with me today. But most importantly, the best basketball ambassador in the G-League, who just improved on that title, and he is now a world champion ambassador of basketball for your Delaware Bluecoats. Coach Joe, as most of you all know him, Joe Richmond is in the building with me today. And he's laughing because this is going to be fun for us. We talked yesterday. I know you all saw my post yesterday. I was down there at the Bluecoats game. And I keep telling y'all need to get down there. Because every time I go, I always get people when I come back after they see my post and they tell me, dang, you was down there, how does that? I keep telling y'all, I said, it's a family atmosphere. It's fun-filled, yes, family atmosphere. And on top of that, you're going to see some great basketball.
Facts.
And you're going to get greeted at the door. Again, like I said, by a world champion basketball ambassador. But not all jokes aside, though, folks. Joe Richmond, I'm embellishing him right now. And that's only because we haven't seen each other in a while. He hasn't been up here in a while. So we're going to have some fun today. Man. But everything that I'm telling y'all, we sitting here laughing about it because it's us. But everything I'm telling y'all, that old saying, take it with a grain of salt, throw that out the window. Genuine dude, I'm telling y'all.
Appreciate it.
Every time I'm there, I get the best hospitality.
Appreciate it.
Every time I'm down there. As a matter of fact, every time he sees me, I get the best hospitality. So make sure y'all get down there. It's a short drive down the road. It's 45 minutes. It's nowhere. You won't miss it. You won't get lost, because when you're on your way down, you're going to see the stadium. You're going to see the 76 on your side, on the side of the road when you go down. So you're not going to miss it. So listen, if you don't get down there for the playoffs, make sure you stay in touch with me. We got to get y'all down there. But
playoffs.
Enough of me. We here today because we are going to talk about, and I know everybody's waiting and anticipating the basketball, March Madness like it is. My favorite time of the year. But like I said, talked to my guy yesterday, and I keep telling y'all wish y'all would start to understand a little bit better the great friends that I have. I tell y'all that all the time. So he wanted to come and talk, and he said he hadn't been here in a while. The team, we talked about transition for a little bit yesterday, and on a little bit yesterday.
Yes, sir.
We talked about playoffs yesterday. We talked about the atmosphere, and we talked about championship. Reigning champions, Delaware Bluecoats, looking for a repeat.
Ooh, yes, sir. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. So yesterday's game, I was talking to Chris Charles yesterday. We talking to him. He just mentioned something. He just went to me real quick. He was like, "Yeah, game ain't going how you look." I said, "It's a game, man. These kind of games happen." And he said to me, "They was missing Ricky and Jeff." And I said, "Yeah, possibly." I said, but I got trust in the guys that are here.
Fact.
This is what we need to be concerned with. I mean, there's nothing we can do about that, especially now that they was across the country.
Right.
So it's not like they was up here and they could drive down if we needed them to. There's nothing we can do about that. So
the Sixers,
we had to work with what was there. And for me, I was glad I got to stand down. I'm usually sitting up top, but I stood down under the basket yesterday. And that was right after I talked to you when you told me about the transition. And, I'm doing my stuff, I scrolled through the roster and I saw some unfamiliar faces.
Right.
So I wanted to get close and see what I did. Now, for me, yesterday's game, for me, like I said, was one of the, like us basketball people know, it was just one of those games.
Right.
They made shots.
They always
the
do.
Long Island Nets, you know, and a lot of people take for granted when they say, when you talk about the G League and they say, oh, it's the G League, and then I said, but you know, it's professional basketball. And the funny thing I say to people when they tell me that, I say, all right, well, I know somebody, I can get you a tryout, and you still think that. Let me know when you're ready. I'll give you the information, and you can go see what's going on. I say, because I've been to one tryout, and some of the names, some of the people I've seen in some of these tryouts were either already pros, making their way back, or you could look and say, yeah, these dudes, they can be pros.
Well, come on, you got Lance Stevenson still trying to work his way back, right? You got Kenneth Fareed in the league trying to make his way back, right? In our past, we had a Quill Carr, we had Baron Davis.
Yes, indeed.
We had Emeka Okafor, you know what I mean? You had a lot of guys. We had, what's the jumping dude from L.A.? Shannon
Brown.
Shannon Brown, right? We've had guys that, was in the league, and they come back and try to get themselves together. You see, Isaiah Thomas was just down there and got picked up by Phoenix, showing that he still got it, still can do what he can do. I mean, it's the G League, you know what I mean?
Right.
I've been blessed to be here all 11 years. Your Delaware BlueVoats, NBA G
Absolutely.
League, 2022-23 G League champion, you know what I mean, as the ambassador of basketball. I did have my ring. I don't wear it everywhere, but the ring is amazing. I wish I had it with me so I could, show your listeners if they were able to see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'd be like, yo, this is crazy because the ring is fire. And, it's that work you put in to get to that level, and it took us 11 years to get there, right? With the squad we had, Kobe Carl, the head coach, who's now an assistant coach with Coach Brown up with the Sixers. And, yeah, Ricky, Turk, Jeff Doughton, you know what I mean? But don't doubt him. The boy can go.
Yes,
Ricky
indeed.
Council the fourth is a beast, you know what I mean? They're showing it, I'm thankful that Coach gives them a lot of opportunity down there. But we also have, Darius Baisley was there, who's now with Utah Jazz. Kenny Lofton Jr. was there.
Yes, indeed. I came down one game.
16-5 the other night.
Yeah, about a month ago.
Yeah.
I came down and I saw Kenny.
But it just shows to our coaching staff, right? We got head coach Mike Longobardi, who's with Doc Rivers in Boston, got a ring. He was with Nick Nurse and with the Raptors
and got another ring.
Beat the Sixers that go to get the ring, right? With that squad with Kawhi and Leonard and them. And then, you got Ryan Ayers, Coach Randy's son for the Sixers, right? You got my man JP, you know what I mean? JP is an amazing coach, and you're going to see him on somebody's bench at the next level real soon. You got Shamgod, whose dad is one of the coaches at Dallas Mavericks. We all know, you Google Guy Shamgod.
I was about to say, listen,
you don't know
y'all don't know him, then y'all need to stop playing. Y'all need to stop thinking y'all basketball fans.
But his son is with us, right?
Okay.
And we just have an amazing group of coaches who care, who are there every day, and they really teach. And I was talking to Sham Guy, and he was like, yeah, man, we did more teaching this year than coaching.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because when you have that much transition, that many players in and out,
right.
You got to teach them the system, right?
Yes.
That's the first thing. So there's so many different intricacies to the system, right? Little delicate things, little subtle things. So that all comes with spending more time on the film and watching things. And also, you look at us really, it's like we in the playoffs with all the movement we done had, and that's just a testament to the coaching staff, right? Coach Mike Longobardi was coach of the month for February, right? With all that transition, right? When you losing guys like Jaden Springer, Luke King, guys like, you know what I mean? Shaq Harrison, they're still in the league and trying to make it. And, Jaden went on to the Celtics and everything from us. So if you just look at our track record, right? You look at Paul Reed, who was our MVP, but he played. So we've always. Oh,
that's with Miami.
Highsmith, that's with Miami, right? Shout out to my man Weasel. That it's just so many guys out here that got some great players, and and we have Big Mike Penn State, Mike. We just picked him up, right? And we just been getting guys. Chris Clark, who was a tryout player, right? Made it onto the team. He's a crazy contribution to the team. Right. So there's a lot going on. But any basketball guy know with that kind of movement, the one key thing is chemistry. It takes time to build chemistry. Yeah. And you get all this movement and going into the playoffs. It's rough. It is really
very
rough.
rough.
I don't care who you get and who coaching. You can look at the game and see we started down by 20, almost 20 something points in the first quarter. Yeah. And we tied it up back to the third quarter round. We went up 68-67. Yeah. And they just kept wearing us down. And you fight back that hard. You know that game. So, but man, it's just a testament to who we are with the culture we have down with the Bluecoats.
Absolutely.
And you come to if you would have came to any of our games at any point in time, Nick Nurse was on the sideline, Tyrese Maxey on the sideline. These guys are out there supporting these guys.
Absolutely.
And so this is what we've built down there, and I don't see us stopping. Now, honestly, we should get organization of the decade because we look at what we've done in the last 5 to 7 years. No other organization has really done what we've done.
I was sitting here thinking that, and I was thinking all the way back to even the name change before when it was the 87s.
Yes.
So now we got the Bluecoats, and I like the Bluecoats better. It was it was just crazy for me just saying the Delaware 87. Bluecoats just flows so much better. Yeah. But like you were just speaking to the culture that's been developed, and it goes G-League, NBA, like you said. The guys are down there supporting. Players and coaching staff are down there supporting. I just wanted to bring in one quick point to go back to what you were saying before. We've been naming the players in the G-League in general. The culture, the family atmosphere. People, you might not remember this, but I'm going to tell you how much of a fan I am and how I pay attention. Amir Johnson, when he played for the Sixers.
Facts.
He was injured at one point. Second time, he just wasn't getting any playing time. But what did he do? This is how much you know, and this is how much people need to understand a lot more about the G League. He volunteered his services just so he could stay ready for when his number was called.
Yes.
So it's not many players that will do that just because. And it also shows you that, like Coach Joe said, the talent level is there.
Oh, man.
Even without the names that we said that have been in the pros, had decent careers in the pros. Trust me, I've been to plenty Delaware Bluecoats games. And I'm not just talking about the Bluecoats. There is some talent in the G League.
Oh, yes. Without a doubt.
All the way across the board, there's some talent.
Yes.
And I think my second most favorite time of the year, most recently within the last 2-3 seasons, is the G League Showcase.
Oh, yeah.
And I say that because I kind of relate the G League to what I say about college basketball and the women. I always say that I feel like the women play harder. I always feel like that way. And people look at me crazy and they say, yeah. And I said, you got to understand. The other thing I say about the women are, if you tell them, I want you to go run a UCLA cut, fall back, whatever, they're going to go out there and do exactly what you told them to do. And we all know with the fellas, something else is going to be thrown in there. They're going to get everything in, but it's going to be something else thrown in there. We know that. Yeah, a lot of improvising. But this just shows you that the talent level is there. And for the people that don't believe it, you need to check some games out. They come on NBA TV. Like I said, if you local, Philly, New Jersey, Delaware, if you ain't go see them from Delaware, then I'm going to send Coach Joe looking for you. All right? Because you need to get in there. But like I said, all aside, it's a family atmosphere, but you will definitely see some really, really good basketball, believe it or not. Because, like you said, the names that we told you and the atmosphere that the Bluecoats have. And like we said, the game yesterday didn't turn out like we wanted it, like we hoped for. But if you understand basketball, like Coach Joe said, we were down. We fought back and took the lead. And then these are pros. Remember, people, I said the same thing when we first walked in. I said they made a lot of shots. He said, yeah, they always do. Mm-hmm. And I knew exactly what he meant when he said that. And that's the thing. Like, I love it when I got you in here, when I got Baldy in here, or even just in general when I'm talking to somebody about basketball that understands. Yeah, I mean, because I talk to so many other people, and I say stuff to them, and then they respond, and I'm like, I'm not gonna talk to you about basketball anymore.
So most of them respond emotionally.
Yes.
Right. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. What they like. You know, shout out to my man Baldy. I just got to hang out with him at Indianapolis All-Star Weekend. Got to see my boy. You know what I mean? I hooked him up with some nice drip from him and his beautiful wife. So
absolutely.
That's my guy. But like you said, the winter showcase was in Orlando. Was out there for the showcase. And they did it a little different. You know, was no fans allowed. Just all staff, execs, and GMs and coaches and things of that nature. So I was glad I was there to see how that was all ran. It's just one big machine, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And you just, like you said, there's so much talent, so many NBA guys, and everybody fighting. And one thing you got to realize about the G-League, everybody's fighting in the G-League. Not just those players, not just those coaches. I'm talking about the ticket people, the vendors. I'm talking about the referees. Everybody fighting to get to the NBA and get up there and get that shot at the big league. You know what I mean? So even all of our salespeople, that's a whole opportunity for everybody to get to that Wells Fargo arena and show what you can do there. You know, and but as you know, just with like you, Monica, and the whole Heat 100, the whole machine that's here, it's not just you, right? There's a lot of other parts that that make this puzzle the way it looks and everything. So, you know, so you got to be always cognizant or mindful to shout out those that add to the program, that add to the puzzle. And I think we do that better than anyone with the youth that we have that do all the things in the community and bring the light to our, because if you come, like I'm telling you, we making it light, but you come to our arena, you know, our kids on, we got so much going on. It is fire in the arena. If you a dad, that mom that you got that basketball Barbie or that basketball LeBron or that basketball Embiid or that basketball Curry or that basketball Durant, whoever, you know what I mean, that basketball Oubre, you know, they just love the game. Bring them. I'm telling you, it will be a spark that's lit inside of them. They want to say,
they get the best of both worlds.
I want to really be in this atmosphere, and I believe once you get around it, especially that young basketball player, to see if they get there early enough and see the process that goes through as they get their warm-ups in and all that good stuff, I think they'll always be like, wow, I got to really put some work in. And if you're a dad and you got that type of student athlete that's like that, you need to bring them out to a game.
Absolutely.
You know, go to BlueVoats.team. A simple way, just go to BlueVoats.team and go see everything that we do. We got 2 games left, 11 o'clock on Wednesday, 6 o'clock on Saturday, which is 30th, because we already clinched the playoffs. We're just jockeying for position and things of that nature. In Long Island, we went down there and we beat them. We beat them in Long Island. We went down there to their arena, but so we know they were looking for blood, and we you know, we kind of short a couple players and things of that nature. So they're really fighting for a playoff spot. We're in the playoffs. So we knew they were coming, but our guys fought, but at the end we fell. But we ready for the playoffs. And I know if we did have those guys that's with the Sixers with us, we would make it. Yes, we all know that. But it's going to be a dog fight. It's going to be a dog fight, Dwayne.
I got to be cocky, but I got all the confidence in our guys down there. And I say that, like I said, because I've been down there and I've seen them. I've been in the locker room and I've talked to different guys and different coaches. And like you said, it's just a constant where the same type of thing is going on. And I think the key word that you mentioned that God said to you was the teaching. And you think about that, and a lot of times you don't get that when you get to that pro level.
Yeah, right.
It's not a lot of coaches that are actually teaching.
Oh, man. We got the best, though. We got the best. But you see, like you said, you've been you've been down there, you got access. Shout out to my girl Jenna, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Jenna, appreciate you, Jenna. Always.
You know, if you want to get your credentials, that's what I'm talking about. We got an amazing team, and I remember when you first came to me, I'm like, yo, just reach out to Jenna, she's gonna take care of you. And that's what it's all about. That contributes, because we need that support, you know what I mean?
Right.
And That's why I'm in Philly. I'm going wherever I can, talk about the Blue Coats, talk about this opportunity, talk about everything that we have to offer to anybody out there to come and support us, because we about to make this push. I like how Dawn Staley was with South Carolina. They knew the team they had. I forget who they played first game. I forget who South Carolina played the first game in the tournament. It was a small school. But Dawn was ready. Like, I need everybody out there. I need everybody, and that's how I feel. And I appreciate the love you saying about me being the ambassador and the championship as the ambassador of basketball. And mind you, the only ambassador of basketball in the whole G League. No one else has my title. I'm blessed that that they saw fit and saw some value in what I brought to the table and said, yo, and that was 11 years ago. Who would have thought?
Definitely that. A lot of value. Hey, absolutely. Listen, a lot of value.
So
definitely a lot of value there.
But it comes with me being here, because Philly, we need all your support. Whether it's the Blue Coats, whether it's the Sixers, we need your support, Philly. And like you said, it ain't that far. Honestly, it's only like 30 minutes from the airport. It's really only 30
about
minutes.
30 minutes.
20, 25. It's not that far from the airport. Straight shot, right downtown, beautiful waterfront. All the restaurants are down there. You can finish up the game and still go get something to eat with your family.
Or go down early and make a day of it.
Yes, you can. So it's a lot that we have to offer, and we are making this push, and we are looking to raise another banner. We've gotten the winter showcase banners, right? We've done all those things, right? And we've gotten a G League championship. So we've done, but we hungry, right? And when you've already tasted it, you want it more. Right?
Absolutely.
And that's where we at. And it's guys on that team that got rings, and it's guys that don't. And they really, really want that ring.
Absolutely.
And I love, and you come, I wear my ring every game. It's just for this season. It's a championship season, so I'm going to wear my ring every game. And even some of the players say, yo, coach, can I see your ring again? And it inspires them. It makes them like, man, I really want one of those. Right. So, it's a beautiful feeling, man. And absolutely. I'm thankful that you let me come in here today and chop it up with you, man.
And what I tell you yesterday, you talking about let you come in here yesterday. I told you yesterday, you got a chair. Anytime you want it, you got a seat. Like we said, you family. So anytime you want, we call each other, you talk to me with text or whatever. Anytime you want to be here, we going to make it happen.
Well, man, shout
definitely
out to my
make it happen.
Girl. I know she just celebrated her birthday.
Yeah,
right?
She's still celebrating.
I know she is. She didn't invite me nowhere.
And she's coming back.
She didn't invite me nowhere, though.
She's coming back to the area. She didn't invite me nowhere. She always putting me to work. So I'm the one here working. She the one out having fun.
That's exactly
no, man, love you to death. Thank you. So since I got you here,
yes, sir,
and I'm gonna talk a little basketball.
Come on, talk to me.
So, and now that I have somebody here with me, and I went through this 2-3 shows by myself, and I stopped trying to convince people. I feel like what he's done so far since he's been here in a short span of time was something that the team needed. So, to give you the backdrop of the whole story, I'm referencing the Kyle Lowry signing.
Go ahead.
Immediately for me, when the trade happened, from him going from Miami to Charlotte in the Terry Rozier deal, when I saw that come across my phone, the first thing I said to myself is, how long is it going to take for a buyout? I just knew it. He won a championship, his career. Charlotte's going the opposite way where he wants to go. Not going to be there long. As soon as that happened, then you started seeing the rumors. Kyle Lowry. Got another friend and talked to him. And people at work ask me, because I do this, people ask me, yo, is it going to happen? I said, it's a very good chance that it will happen. And a lot of people were back and forth. Well, why they want to sign? He old and he... If you understand basketball, a lot of the things that he does and can still do at his age are things that don't show up in the box score. There are 2 games so far that I can remember. I can't remember who they played, but the one game he had about 12 points, and the other game he had 15. I watched those games 3 times, regularly live and twice afterwards, and looking at it, everything. In my opinion, if we didn't have Kyle to give us those 15 and that 12 points, those are 2 games that we lose.
Okay.
So I said to people, we don't need him to be a everyday starter. We don't need him playing 20, 25 minutes a night when he does play. We don't need him to give us 20, 25 points when he plays. I said, basketball-wise, what you have to understand, people, he can be the coach on the floor. Traditional point guard. Maxey can be even more free than people talked about he was when the Beard was here. Because the Beard's going to hold on to the ball a little bit longer. Kyle, you hot, get to your spot, and it's coming. Traditional point guard. But a lot of people were like, he's old, and isn't it? And I said, I got to stop talking to y'all right now until y'all see it. And just maybe a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, I go to work, and people are looking at me, and I'm like, what's up? They was like, we know you want to say it, so go ahead and say it. I was like, what y'all talking about? They said, you want to say it. I said, oh, all right. It's a lot of quiet now. When it was going through the stages, it was here, no, don't do it, this, that, and the third, whatever. Now it's, okay. So, for you, basketball-wise, how do you feel about the Kyle Lowry sign?
Well, I put it like this, right? Because I love, like, right, everything is relative, right? Everything is relative. So, and I'm talking to the mature audience that's probably listening right now, right? Because we want, we value age.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
How
we
long
do.
you had your house? How long you been at your job? Right? How long
you been with your wife?
Right? We value the time, right? We value that because there's a lot of season that comes with that. There's a lot of wisdom that comes with that. There's a lot of maturity
Mr.
that comes
Terrell.
with that. Right? So why wouldn't Kyle Lowry make sense for us? We got a lot of youth. We needed some wisdom, right? Kyle Lowry is past all that young stuff, amen, right, so to speak, right? So here you got Tyrese, you got Cam is still pretty young himself, right? You got Jeff Doughton is young. You got Turk that's young. You got all these other young guys on this squad, right? I'm just talking from a point guard perspective, right? So here you got a guy that can tell them, because most point guards, everything with them is speed, right? Because they get in the league, they a little nervous, but what they can rely on is that they faster than every daggone body, right? So here's Kyle Lowry trying to tell them, yo, I'm gonna show you how to slow this down. I'm gonna show you how to really slow this down. And
turn game on.
I hear somebody in my ear who's talking in my ear.
I got my guy, Mr. Terrell. You turn that background sound down when you come back in.
Okay, guy, I know what that was.
This is Antoine Terrell, good friend, another good friend, former teacher, former where we was at, Winston-Salem State. Big house down there. Part of that big house family. When he gets his picture straight, we'll go in. But
so it made sense for us, right? It made so much sense for us because we're still looking. By the time we got Kyle, we were looking at the playoff picture. So if you're talking long term, they probably would have went in another direction, right? When you talk about playoff impact, I'm not. Come on, man, and familiarity breeds. You know what I'm saying? So, coach is comfortable with him. Kyle pretty much knows how he likes things out on the court, when he likes things. I seen a couple times where the Sixers did some things and we were down, and you begging for him to call a timeout. My coach like, I don't need to call this timeout. Kyle
got it.
Right.
Absolutely.
In another possession. So there's those little intricate things, right? The little subtle things that he knows. So we're not like you said. You named all the reasons. That's not what we need him here for.
Right.
But the most important thing we need him for is leadership, right? And that's one thing you
definitely
just
brings.
Find in certain areas. Yes, can Maxey lead? Yeah, Maxey leads in his own separate way, and his energy is infectious, right? The energy that Maxey brings, nothing is serious to Maxey. He's just having a ball out there. That's how Turk for us. Turquavian Smith is to us. He's just a kid out there having fun. He's not even serious about basketball. He hasn't learned it yet, and he's still getting 25, 30, 40. It's crazy, right?
Right.
So when you look at Kyle Ohio, and he's native, right? So you know the
Absolutely.
support is going to be there for him. And once again, the maturity is what's needed, and he brings so much maturity. And the one thing he brings that you can't get nowhere else on this planet is that Philly dog. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? Can't get that Philly dog nowhere else on this planet. I'm sorry, and I'm not saying this to brag at all, but I've been to all 50 states twice, not counting all the cities I've been to,
Right.
in around 50 countries. And Philly represent dogs on the sport
Absolutely.
level like nobody else.
Absolutely.
And Kyle has that dog about
Definitely.
where you might win, but you ain't gonna beat him. And that's what he brings to the table.
I see somebody on Facebook, blessings fellas. I got one guess who that is. Let me know if I'm correct. Is that my guy, Groovy? Coach Stan Groovy Laws, is that you on FB? Please chime back in and let me know. You know who I'm sitting here with. I'm sitting here with him.
I just left.
You seen it.
I
You just left him. You was down to pray. Yeah. I couldn't make it
The
today,
press
but I
conference.
chimed in a little bit.
It was phenomenal.
I saw it. I saw it.
Phenomenal.
So on here we got my guy, Twine Time, Mr. Terrell. He said, yeah, the Sixers are staying involved in the race. We got to be healthy. He said Kyle is a perfect fit at the right time. Absolutely.
Facts.
Absolutely.
Facts.
Definitely. And so that was him. He gave me the thumbs up.
Oh, man.
So, like I said to a lot of people, like I said, you reiterated a lot of things I said, and you added your twist into it, and you added everything is right on point. And without the big fella, we need more from Tyrese. We need more from Tobias until he can come back. I love what we getting from Kelly.
Oh, man. Oubre is just... Don't even get me started.
And
that's a whole nother show.
It's funny because guys at work, we talk all the time. As soon as they sign, I like this. I wasn't expecting this.
No.
I was expecting some stuff, but I wasn't expecting this.
You got a mature Kelly. He done been through it all now, right? He done been down there in Charlotte. And that's like you said. That's why Kyle ain't want to be around that. He's like, right?
Yeah, that's not for
He
me.
want to go where they doing things the right way.
Right.
If you really look at what Mr. Morey has done, Elton Brand has done, you see that there is that the culture with the Sixers is so positive that you can't bring in no mess, right?
Right.
From the court to the locker room to the upstairs offices. You don't hear a lot of dumbness, man. It just don't happen. Now in the outside noise they talking, but in the house ain't nobody saying nothing because they know this is what we want here.
Right.
We want this level of excellence. We want this level of older people accountable. Right. We want this excellence of being responsible to one another.
Yes.
And that's not going on all around the league, man.
It's
You
not.
see it.
Yeah, you definitely see it.
You go on these podcasts and they talking about anybody and everybody. I ain't never seen this level of basketball talk in my life. Like, especially the locker room stuff that was supposed to be sacred.
Right. I remember, like I said, I remember a time when it was always said, yo, locker room is the locker room. Kind of like they say in Vegas. Whatever go on in the locker room, stay in the locker room.
Whatever happens
It's
in
not
Vegas,
supposed to come out.
stays in Vegas.
It's not supposed to come out at all.
And we've seen in the past where coaches might have slipped up and they apologized for it. But now they letting you in the locker room. So it's going to get to a point where what's so special about the league
Right.
when you just talking like anybody else because we supposed to be the best of the best. And that's what I worry about more than anything. That we just talking about anything and everything and saying things that just don't need to be said.
Right.
And but if you really, really look across the board, you don't hear a lot coming out the Sixers. You don't hear close to nothing. Like those guys, and if they are talking, they always edifying somebody. They always talking in an encouraging tone.
Right.
And I think that's just the testament to the people upstairs, right? To that whole dynamic, and that a lot of guys that listen to Coach Joe, they know what I mean when I say this. Coach Standard know when I say they understand the totality of what they're in. Right, there's a totality to this.
Right, and like you said, that culture in there. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a great feeling, man. Like
I'm around it every day, and I love it. I haven't gotten tired of it. I don't take it for granted. I try to be humble in it as much as possible. I always apologize if I even come off arrogant or seem like I'm braggadocious, because it's not my. I'm just trying to tell you my resume. That's my resume. I'm not bragging. That's
absolutely.
If I put it on the table. This is what gets me in the door.
Right.
So I just want people to know that with all that I've done and all that I've seen and all that I've accomplished and all that I'm trying to do, I still got so much more to do, and
absolutely.
I want you to come and do it with me.
That's right. He's very approachable, people.
Right? Like,
you see him in the gym, near you.
Facts.
In the gym near you. If you see him in the gym, go say hi. Go spark up a conversation.
Yeah,
he won't turn you away.
Thank you for saying that, because a lot of people got to introduce me to people, and you don't have to introduce me to nobody. If you see me out in the public, if you see me out in the gym, and you got a nephew or somebody in school you don't know, come and ask me questions. I don't have a problem.
Absolutely.
I really don't. I said this the other day, and once again, I say this humbly. I'm good. I have no hidden agenda. I ain't got no money agenda. I ain't got no this agenda. I ain't got no. I've accomplished everything in this game. I really have. Once I got that championship, I was going to retire, but I'm like, no, I'm going to run it back.
Got that taste.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful taste to have for that success. And so yeah, I appreciate you saying that, Dwayne. If you see me anywhere, because I just was at somewhere with Coach Stan, like I said, and my man Latel Vaughn was down there. And Latel
what's up,
like,
Tel?
Yo, do you know Coach Jordan? They're like, no, I've seen him. No, please, if you see me and you want to ask me a question, please ask me a question. Let's chop it up and have a conversation. I just love the game.
Absolutely.
I just love the game, and I'll talk to anybody that want to talk about the game until you start talking and your feelings. No, I'm just joking. No, you get your feelings. I love it when people are passionate about their opinion. I love it.
You know, that's one of the things that I like to pride myself on doing this, and I always tell people, when you tell me something, just stand on it and back it up.
Fine.
Like I'm not going to judge you on your opinion, because I know what I'm gonna say. And everything that I bring to you, I read stuff, I do my homework, I break it down into my own perspective. And when I ask people stuff, I always say, give me your perspective. I don't care what the article said. You read the article, I read the article. Give me your perspective and stand on it. That's it. Because when people ask me stuff and they say, well, you said this and this and third, I said, yeah. And what did I say afterwards? I told you why I said it.
Right.
So I think that's that's what I feel like is the best presentation for me, and I think that's why I got people that watch me. And it's funny, I was on vacation, took a Monday off, and I came back and I'm in the supermarket, and one of my friends, Coach Robert Reeves, just by chance I see him in the store, and we started talking. He's like, yo, don't take no more Mondays off. And I didn't see who it was at first. He was behind me. I turned around and I looked, and I'm like, Rob, what's up? He was like, yeah, what's up? But I'm serious. You don't take no more Mondays off. So, I kind of appreciated that. I was humbled in that situation. But getting back to basketball, Sixers have Ricky Council IV, Jeff Doughton. They're bringing in also Kai Jones, who I think is an amazing story in itself. Everything that I've just recently read that he went through, getting the opportunity to do what he loves, and then being able to discuss what he went through now.
Yes.
I think is great. I think it's great that he's getting the opportunity in general, but even greater that he's getting it with the Philadelphia organization, because it proves everything that you just said about both the organizations, the Sixers and the G-League Bluecoats.
I think that the one thing about the Kai situation is that he came so late. You know what I mean? Wow, we wish we'd have had him early, boy. That boy is a beast. I mean, just his impact. He's smart as a whip, the whole nine. He got a little tweak right now, but he's just so amazingly athletic. Good Lord. I mean, the way he can read a defense. I know people look at the offense. I'm a defensive guy, so forgive me for some people. They I know it's boring.
They'll get it sooner or later.
I know it's boring, but he's so smart defensively. He cleans up a lot of mistakes that you wouldn't know was a mistake because he cleans it up so efficiently and turns it into offense. And like you said about Ricky Council the fourth, and that's, I don't like to use the word curse, Dwayne, but it is the blessing and the curse of the G League. Right, because you want these young boys to get the opportunities, but dang, you want them to be like. You want
to be with you.
You name them 5 names I just made. That's 20 points each one of those guys. Jeff, Ricky, Turk, Darius, Kenny. That's 20 points. Those guys, they roll out of bed and get you 20 points. That's 100 points of offense walked out the door.
Yep.
And then we come right back and we match it with the guys that we throw right in their place. Right, Melvin Frazier. Banger, right? Chris Clark, banger. Cumberland, who's been with us. Defensive specialist, get you baskets, and he got dog.
We forgot the mainstay.
Jeff Brownridge.
I was about to say Jeff.
The most, he's been with us the longest out of all. The most tenured blue coat, the all-time leading scorer blue coat. You know what I mean?
Right.
And just that veteran presence, right? That come on, you can't even quantify what Pat McCall brings to us, right? We got 3 championships, 2 with Golden State, 1 with the Raptors, the pedigree, and he got a championship with us, right? So, as a blue coat. So, and Pat, you look at him and you see him all the time. Pat, the building could fall down and you wouldn't know Pat would even recognize it. The boy, he should play poker. I think he'd be a poker champion if he played poker. Pat got the same look. Pat could dunk on you. He's had the same look. Scored the biggest 3 in the game. Same look. Run behind, like, block your shot or get same look. And that's what he brings. He brings that even kill to the team that you wouldn't even, like, whoa, where's this coming from? And then, Bagley, my man Marcus.
Yep, Marcus Bagley,
Love this kid. He's just super strong, super athletic. And then, the wild card is Aminu. The young boy, right? Muhammad. Amino's been with us, back and forth, and he's been up and down, but you can see so much growth and maturity in him.
Right.
And that's once again, that's Sham and JP and Ryan. They talk about putting that teaching. They out there with these guys after. I mean, sometimes I watch them after a game workout with guys, so they understand the importance of everybody being on a one page, and that comes from Coach Mike Longobardi, who's just he is just an all-time teacher. He is an all-time passionate dude. He is so hands-on with everybody. But I don't want to not have this segment and not talk about one of the most important pieces to the biggest puzzle, the biggest piece to this puzzle. Jameer Nelson. Jameer Nelson. Jay is just, you would not, whatever you thought you knew
Shout
about
out to
Jameer Nelson, whatever you think the most approachable guy at such the level he's at, will listen to anyone, will take the time, take a picture, autograph, talk basketball with you. And the job that he's done, I said this to somebody the other day, when it's winning, it's all about the players. Let's get it. But what we've accomplished this season, if Coach Longo is not in the top 3 for Coach of the Year, is something wrong with the league. If Jameer Nelson is not top 3 for GM of the year for his first, it's something wrong with the league. It really is. And I'm not being biased. I know what the movement is around the league, and I know what we've had to deal with in our championship year as we trying to, contend and for this repeat. And these guys is up tirelessly, and it seems like they always bring in the right piece.
Right.
No, Dwayne, you know what I mean? It's like, it's like every time, it's like they always bring in the right piece, the right character guy, the right, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
It's funny you say that, and this is how much I pay attention, and people don't believe that I pay attention this much. It's like me and Baldy sit here all the time, and we say, there's a lot of times when we watch basketball games, and I'll mute the TV. Yeah,
me too.
So what I was getting to was yesterday, like I said, I've been around a little bit.
Especially in football when Chris Collinsworth calling the Eagles
game.
Oh,
absolutely.
I'm going to shut up there.
Absolutely.
But go ahead.
Sometimes I turn that off, turn that on mute and walk away sometimes too. But seeing the game yesterday, from that first quarter when we were down, going into when we took the lead, I saw a lot of, again, not box score stuff from the players that I remembered from prior teams. And I'm going all the way back to Haywood.
Yes.
when Tobias's brother was on the team.
Yes.
When Levon Austin's son was on the team.
Come on,
so I'm going back. And like you
yes.
said, that culture,
Yep.
if you build it right, it's going to matriculate and it's going to stay. So like I said, yesterday I saw some stuff and I saw the guard. I forget his name. I see him, the light-skinned guard. I can't call his name.
Oh, he just came. Oh, I forgot. It's because we just got 2 new players. He just came aboard.
There was a play where somebody missed a shot. And they come down, Long Island scores the bucket. He comes and he gets the ball. And his look, and he said to I think it was Chris Clark, he said to him, he said, just relax. And he didn't say it in words.
Right.
It was the look on his face like, come on, let's play. You know, I saw Pat McCall a couple times on the court. Yo, relax. Let's play. And so, 1 or 2 times he said they were shooting free throw. He said it to the coaches there. Yo, coaches, relax. We good. We all right. We good. And that's the kind of stuff, believe it or not, people that you want to see in your players.
Rob
Edwards. Yep. And that's the kind of stuff that you want to see from your players. That leadership. That relationship where a player can be on the court and say to coach, relax a second, coach, let us work through it. Because typically when a lot of people understand, man, it's like, yo, why is the player telling the coach to relax? Because you got to understand it.
Yes.
And I always tell people,
it's not a disrespect thing.
It's not just, I always tell people it's a difference.
Yes.
If you've never coached, it's going to be very difficult for you to understand it. So for me, like I said, since I have coached, Coach Joe has coached, it's an understanding. Where it's like, okay, I got you. It's a
trust factor, right?
I got you.
Right, it's a trust factor.
Absolutely.
Right? And that's what practice is for, correct?
Absolutely.
And shout out to Quentin Ross. Remember, Quentin Rose, he went to Temple. Remember, he went to Temple, and my big man Mike Watkins, who we just signed. I apologize if I didn't give y'all full names and y'all resume behind it, but these guys have come on and also added so much. But like you said, it's a trust factor, but that comes with practice. That's why when I coach like you coached, I used to always tell a parent when we get to a game and a parent is hollering something from the stand, I'm like, was you at practice? How do you know that's what I want him to do? Right? You telling him, go move. Go set a pick. How you know I want him to set a pick? How you know that's the play at that point in time with 5.5 seconds or 1.7 seconds or 13 minutes left in the game?
Absolutely.
How do you know
that's what I wanted him to do.
Possession, that's what we practice in practice.
Yep.
And you just sitting in the stands as a parent, as an uncle, as a cousin, shouting something and getting mad at him for doing something that he ain't supposed to really be doing. You ain't the coach.
Not at all.
You ain't the coach.
Not at all.
And it's always somebody that want to tell you everything.
Everything.
They want all the perks of a coach, but don't want none of the responsibility of it.
Yep.
That's what I tell the parents. That's what I tell
funny.
them.
Me and my uncle used to have conversations like after games and after practices like all the time. And we had one conversation where we were like, yo, parents, y'all got to leave. Because some of the parents would stick around just because, yo, go find something to do. Y'all got to leave. I
had a dad the other day at my skills and drills. He said, man, he came down the steps and came on the court and got, you running this? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, yeah, I think I can add something to this. I think I could bring something to the table. I coached here, I did this. I said, okay. Well, it starts here. Every Wednesday we here, 3:30 to 6. Oh, my schedule. That's not what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, it started here. You can't just show up at the game and start barking stuff.
Nope.
If you're not here on Wednesday, when everybody else, all the other coaches are sacrificing to know what's going on. You see one thing only from your nephew or your son's perspective.
Right.
That's what you're looking at. You're not looking at it from all the 10 players that we have to do this for. And at that moment, your son or your nephew, whoever, can probably do what he want to do. Like you said, they want to improvise. But no, we need them to go from here, from A to B, from B to C, from C to D. And that's our needs. But that's where we live now. And I get it. Thank God I don't coach no more because I couldn't deal with it.
Yeah.
I've been fired.
Listen,
I would have been fired if I was coaching.
Me and my uncle were just like you. We went through that, and then we just decided, like, look, we was like, we got one more year.
Yeah.
Because of the guys that we had them since they were like going 14. Now we had them since they were 9. And we said, once we finish with this group, we taking a break. And we still on break. People were asking us to come back, and they said, "Nah, I'm good.
No,
I'm good.
It's rough.
And I had the same conversation you had. Like, parents would come and they say, "Well, at halftime of a game. Well, this. I said, you know what? It's a Saturday morning. I ain't getting paid for this. I was at practice at that little hot gym on Tuesday and Thursday. And I even opened the gym on Friday in case anybody had anything they wanted to work on. Like the kids that don't play a lot. Y'all want to come and just play, whatever. I went to the gym there and I stayed there with them for a couple hours. And then I got up on Saturday and came to the game. I said, and as a matter of fact, I even went past the gym and brought some kids to the game. So when you decide that you want to do some of that or all of that, then we can start talking. Until then, you got a kid on my team, you can talk to him before the game and you can talk to him after the game. For this hour and a half, I need you to leave him with me. If y'all can't do that, you can take him home now. And I mean, and I'm like, I hate to say it that way.
Right.
I said, but I'm giving up my time. And your son, you want your son to do this and this and this, and he listening to you. I got 9 other players. Yeah. As in a matter of fact, your son want to do that, I got a waiting list. Leave that uniform in the middle of the floor, and you go find somewhere else to play.
And it is that simple.
And you could take it as disrespect. I'm just being brutally honest. Because I'm not going to have, and it's not about me, it's about these kids.
But you know what? When you have a level of excellence, everybody is down with it until they get challenged with the level of excellence. Mm-hmm. And now they want you to bend the rules for them. No, this is our level of excellence.
Yep.
If when I come to your house, can I just come in there and just go to your refrigerator? Because I think you got some juice in there that I like.
Right. Absolutely.
Right. You want to come in my house and tell me how you want to walk around them in my house. Mm-hmm. No, that's not how it works.
Like, I invite you over for dinner. You going to come in the kitchen. That's not how you fry chicken. You need a brown paper bag, not that pan.
Like I tell the parents, I'm like, listen, unless I'm hitting your kid, putting my hands on your kid, using profanity to your kid, using derogatory statements like, are you scared? And yeah, I'm not. You won't hear that in my gym. I never ask a kid if they scared. Because I'm scared. I'm 50 plus and I'm scared. There's a lot that go on in this world, right? So I ain't going to ask no 8, 9-year-old, 10-year-old kid, are you scared? Man, I'm still scared, right? And I'm not going to tell no kid to man up, right? So I don't do AAU or anything, but I do run a youth basketball league called the CYBL Community Youth Basketball League out at Claymont Community Center. Me and my brother Big Mike, but it was founded by my other 2 partners. You remember my girl Angie?
Yes.
Angie is now with Learn Fresh, which is the NBA Math Hoops. She went on, and my boy Amin. You can see Amin yesterday at the field house, and Amin came back from the Pelicans and the Saints. He was in New Orleans, but he came back and came back. But the 3 of us had started this CYBL Community Youth Basketball League, and this is just our 2nd year, Dwayne. And we do 3 sessions. 3 7-week sessions. So it's 3 set from April 13th to April 20th to May 25th, some whatever that day. The 7 weeks. That's one session, and it's $95, and we give you a jersey, and then we do the same 2 more sessions like that, and we finish out in September. Right. So we start when the Blue Coat season ends, and we end when the Blue Coat season starts
again.
But and out of that league, and we just take ages, and it's ages 6 to 15, co-ed. And it's just kids. Our premise behind it was, wouldn't you rather see if your kid liked the game for $95 instead of $200, $300, $400 in AAU or these other leagues, right? And you got
he might go and don't play,
and, but you done spend your money, so you force it on them, right? Because you done put this money out, and you ain't getting your money back.
No,
so you
not
force
at all.
it on that kid to play. Right. So I said no. I said we had some great partnerships, which started with my shout out to my girl Allison. And Mr. Steven over at Claymont and Community Center in Claymont, Delaware, and my girl Rachel. They put some skin in the game by giving us the gym, which allows us to have that price. And I wanted the price to stay under $100. All the coaches, Dwayne, are from the G League. All of us. All the coaches are game day coaches. All the staff of us. We all in there keep teaching, like you said, giving up our time. So in our league, you can't say nothing.
Right.
All you can do is clap for your kid, tell them good job, way to hustle, and it's about encouraging the kid.
Absolutely.
You want to do all that other stuff. Go over to AAU when you want to howl and scream and cuss at them.
Right.
You can't use no profanity in our league.
Right.
You can't do any of that. But guess what we're doing with Dwayne? April 3rd, we're taking our 11-year-olds and 14-year-olds, and we're going to Portugal.
I saw that post.
We'll be in Portugal, man.
See, listen. let me stop for a second.
Hold on. Have any AAU guy call in and tell me what have you done? Because you remember I took my team to Mexico, right? You remember when I took my team to Mexico? Now I'm taking, and that was AAU in 2012 when I had my AAU program, which I let go when my guy, one of my coaches that founded it, Larry Woody, passed away.
Right.
I just lost this desire and this passion, and God brought this back to start this basketball league with me, Angie, and Amin. And I said, but what I wanted to do is give these kids that real experience that I got through being with the Globetrotters and all this stuff.
Right.
And that's why we're going to Portugal. You know, that's where Big Mike is from. He got his wife is from Portugal's children, so we're going back over there where Coach Mike was at.
Now, what I was going to say to y'all is, right, and I'm going to look at y'all. I'm going to look right in the camera at y'all, right? And I know everybody on Instagram can hear me because I got the camera on Coach Joe, but listen. Y'all talk about your kid want to do this. Your kid wants to play the game. He wants to experiment. Philly, it's a short drive. And I know a lot of y'all get comfortable with home and somebody you know runs a program and all that. I'm not knocking any of them programs. What I'm saying to you is, just like Coach Joe just said, for under $100, right, you're going to get teaching for your kid. You're going to get an experience for your kid that they will never forget. And they can possibly get an opportunity to go where?
Portugal, baby.
Portugal.
Come on, we being up
Not
Marcellus.
Not Port Richmond.
No.
Portugal. So you know what I'm going to do. You know, I'm going to get all the information later on, today, tomorrow, whenever I'm going to post all it. You know, and I always post it. I always share. Every time I see him with anything, I screenshot if I have to, and I share everything. So we going to share this information with y'all.
It is great, Wayne, because the parents didn't even know how to do passports, right? We all learning this, and some parents that are going, and it is really beyond what anything that me, Amin, and Angie thought it would be. And to see these kids coming, wanting to be a part of it, seeing the people, and the best thing about it, Dwayne, I'm going to tell you the best thing about it. All the kids that are going either came through the CYBL Basketball League or the CYBL Skills and Drills that we do every Wednesday at Claymont Community Center, which is free. Free. Skills and Drills is free.
Y'all hear that? Free.
Ages 6 to 15, boys and girls. Every Wednesday,
Claymont.
3:30 to 6. Free.
3:30 to 6. Free.
Free. And all the kids they tried out for the Portuguese tour came from our programs, but guess what? They tried out for free. I'm watching these guys charge $20 for a tryout to take them where? Where you taking them? Over to North Carolina, Florida? You charging them $20? Yeah, we having an AAU tryout. For what? For what? They couldn't believe when the parents registered
so
to
they
try
can
out
fill their
for
roster,
Portugal,
so they can get that money.
They was like, what you mean the tryout is free? Yes, we had over 50-something kids at the tryout, and it was free. We didn't charge a nickel. Because we wanted them to be ready to get invested so they can go on this trip. Because we knew the parents wanted to go, and they had to get that. So we understood what they... But it's been beyond anything we thought it could be. And now I'm sharing with you, next year we're going back to Hermosillo, Mexico, where we went in 2012.
See that?
After that, we're going to... It's a toss-up between France or... I ain't going to say the other country. After that, we're going to Africa. And then I just talked to my good friends in Japan. So it's a toss between Japan and China where we're going to take the kids next.
See this?
So we just giving them opportunity.
I told y'all about my friends. Y'all going to listen one day. And abundance of opportunities. I talk to y'all all the time when people talk to me. And I tell y'all I always have an affinity for the kids, for the youth. And these types of opportunities that the youth can have now, especially with everything we have going on with our youth right now.
Yes, sir.
Something like this, as positive as this, as life-changing is this. And we always talk about us as adults, and when we do certain things, it's like this, like things I can tell my grandkids. For these kids at 11 and 14, as parents and coaches looking at them, we can sit here and say, these are experiences that they can tell their grandkids. And we know how far along that is. And I said, and it's from, and it's from having an affinity and a love for the game of basketball. And I tell people all the time, people come and they talk to me like, well, I said, remember, you are not going to play forever.
Oh, man.
I said, but there's an abundance of ways you can stay connected to the game that you love. You just have to be willing, like Coach Joe said earlier, put in the work to get that information and proceed and see what else is out there. Because basketball is more than a game.
Hey, I was just at Coach Stan Laws, Groovy Laws, my man. Love him with all my heart. Y'all all know my coaches, Coach B, Bernard Corbin.
Yeah, shout out to Coach Stan.
CBK, that's my family. Jason Young, family. I mean, I got a family. Raheem Thompson, family. Come on, Fareed.
Yes, he did.
Fareed, come
that's
on.
Right, Five.
Family.
That's right.
I mean, I can say it go on and on. But like you just said, Isaiah Thomas, is he city council? Councilman Isaiah Thomas was just at Coach Stan's alumni, All-American game press conference down at City Hall. And he said the one thing that when the ball stopped bouncing, that's when reality hit. And one thing I love about, I say this with all, what the kids say, no cap. That's the new thing, no cap. No, and I ain't saying it because he's sitting here. I'm not, anybody that know me know I don't have to sugarcoat nothing. I don't have to add nothing. I don't need nothing from nobody. I'm not being, a God got me. I'm serious. Shout out to my pastor, Warren C. McKnight, Love Kingdom Fellowship Church, Lady McKnight, Cynthia. But Dwayne, what you've accomplished here is beyond anything I could have thought from the first time I met you.
Thank you. I truly appreciate it. I'm very humbled.
When Monica first told me about you, I was like, didn't know you, never heard of you, didn't know anything, right? Just the reality of it. And then once I seen your background, you're this, you're that, and when you talk about putting in the work, bruh, you G-League. That's what we do.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
You know what I mean? Like this is your G-League, right? You want to get to ESPN, but this is your G-League, right?
And like I just said, I'm doing, like we say, I'm practicing what I preach. Like I tell kids that I work with about certain things, and I tell all the kids that I used to coach and everything else, that people that I know that ask me about this is what I'm doing. And I'm here. I'm grinding. And I said, I got to start somewhere. And, I said, I know where I want to get to. But I tell y'all, there's other ways to stay connected to the game. For me, I don't play anymore. I just stopped playing maybe 2-3 years ago. We were in one of the community leagues at work, hit the pandemic, and then we just stopped, and then we just never got back together. So I don't play anymore. But when I do this, like I just said, I'm still attached to the game that I love. I talk other sports here, but if you see any of my videos on YouTube, SportsRap TV, go check out the channel. A lot of my focus is basketball because that's my main love. I'm a sports guy, but basketball is my main love.
BlueVoats.team, we'll check it out.
Absolutely, absolutely. And like I say all the time, y'all know my friends. I got all the information. If y'all need to hit me up, y'all know how to hit me up, and I will get y'all all the information. And now that I got them sitting here, what I'm going to do, and we're going to do this next season, I'm going to get some tickets.
Man, you do whatever you want.
And I'm going to get some of y'all down there so you can go back and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend the experience that you had while you were down there. And I usually say, if you see me, if you hear I'm there, because I'm posting all the time, come say hi to me. Come say hi to me real quick. Come say, hey, I'm here. And enjoy the experience down there. And then after that, we'll have a conversation. We'll have some dialogue, and you can let me know how you felt about it and what's going on with it.
Yo, I got to get a shout out because you got my man Tim Fontaine, DETV,
Yes, sir.
Right,
DETV.
Leroy Harvey, his sons and them played in my AAU program, and I just saw him today. Love you, man. Fareed is on here.
Fire.
It don't get no better. And I just seen it somewhere. The boss lady just tuned in.
She was just tuned in.
Yeah.
I know she was tuned in. She don't like chiming in all the time.
No,
but I knew. And see, I purposely didn't tell her you was coming today because I knew she would chime in if you was here.
But you know, I honored her at a Blue Coats game.
I was at that game.
Yes, sir. And I want to say this publicly. And you know I love you, Monica. And trust me, me and Monica didn't see eye to eye on everything. If you know Monica, she's very strong-minded, boy. And when she feels something and she sees something, she gonna go with it with both of the hands and feet and everything. And Monica, just love you. So glad that you stuck with your vision. So glad that you stayed on the right side of this thing. And y'all like family to me. I'm telling you this so humbly, whoever's listening, that come on and be a part of this wave. I'm tired of us as a people going against each other. And if you listened on anything we said, we ain't put nobody down. We ain't talk negative. We ain't do no de-edification on here. That's not who I am. I ain't got time for it. We just so amazing as a people. Are some of us doing better than others? Okay, that's just life. I mean, it's dogs doing better than cats. That's just the way life is. It don't make nobody better or nothing. You just gotta your time will come. Your come up will come.
Absolutely.
But there's no need to be negative and ratchet and all them things. Our grandparents and them worked too hard to be respectable for us to have a name to even get this thing started.
That's right.
So, Monica, I love you. I'm so thankful for you. I'm so appreciative of the platform, which is Heat 100 Radio. I'm so thankful for the platform which Dwayne has. Come on, give a shout out. Where we at now?
How many SportsRap CEO on Instagram,
come on,
Threads, and TikTok. Facebook, SportsRap Podcast LLC is the group page. SportsRap TV on YouTube is the channel.
Yes, I don't get up here much, and I want my people to hear that.
Absolutely.
That's in Delaware
And
tuned in.
If you don't get the video, you can get the audio. Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, even. Just Google SportsRap Podcast, and you find it there. You can get all this.
No, real talk, and I'm not trying to be. I ain't trying to put the brother down. I remember when he started with a cassette tape.
Hey, listen, he ain't lying, and we can laugh about it because he was there. I got some tech in me now.
I remember when Monica, the power went out and she was stressing it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We had to unplug everything and rewire. We got to take a break. We'll be back. So we got everything together now.
It was sweet like this all the time.
No. Just like Coach Joe just said, the G-League, you put in that work. And I made a joke earlier before we came on air. We talk about Mo, and I said, Mo always putting me to work. And I joke about it, but it's not really work.
No, come on.
I've always been told, if you do what you love, it ain't work.
You never work a day in your life.
It's not work for me. This is not work. Where I go from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. every day, that's work. But this is a passion. This is love.
Come on.
And I ain't gonna say that because I want to keep my job, but I put more in. But like I said, like we say, it's something that you love, and when you love something, when you love something, you gonna put the work in where you feel the love is. So 512, man, great conversation, great dialogue, appreciate man. You. I'm glad that the boss lady had a minute to check in and say something. Shout outs to all the guys, the people that we know, man. Like I told y'all again, like I tell y'all, I keep telling y'all, the friends, the associates, we had Fareed Cheatham check in.
Oh, man.
The Alumni League.
Right there at the Fadance in Chester.
At Fadance.
With Pooh Evans, man.
Man, he done went from like a 8-team league to
an owner now.
An owner.
Yes.
And if you've never been to any of the Alumni League games, you need to go. If I had to describe it, it is a close-knit, upfront, family NBA game.
One thing I can tell you, if you go to a alumni game, honestly, and you see the players going at each other, that's love. They ain't mad at each other. These dudes known each other forever.
Yeah.
They, trust me, you ain't got to be worried about they going to do anything or nothing.
It's
they
funny.
Will talk so much junk. They'll talk junk to the referees.
Absolutely.
But it's all
love.
And for me, Pooh, the refs, come on, all of you guys, just shout out. Shout out to my man Chili.
Absolutely.
Chili and Storm and Norm been refereeing for years. It's just so many guys have done so many great things. And please, if I did not mention your name, charge it to my head, not my heart. Y'all
Absolutely.
know it is not about trying to keep somebody out and say, oh, they said them and didn't say me. You know,
it was just a dialogue.
Y'all always talk about Coach B because he like family. You know what I mean? No matter what you think, he my guy.
Yeah.
Right? But I still love Jason. I still love the Swarm. I still love Team Delaware. I still love We Are One. I still love NBN. I still, you know what I mean? I still love all these other great young chances. My boy in South Philly. Yo, shout out. Your boy Joe your boy Coach Joe is in Philly. What's up, Philly? Stand up.
Yes, indeed.
Shout out to my boy Doobie, Rod Ty over there at Pure Energy Drink. Yo, my family. Shout out to Gilly and Wallow.
Yeah.
Family
to the station too as well.
Trust me, that's all family.
Yeah.
Come on, you want to come see my text messages? Come and talk to me.
Absolutely.
Yo, I've been blessed in this game. I've been blessed to be around a lot of great guys. I just seen the one and only Mr. Mike Morak. Come on, if you don't know who he is, you don't know basketball in the Philadelphia area.
Absolutely.
So I'm just putting it out there.
Yep. Some of the other guys we talked about, Coach Stan Groovy Laws, tunes in every Monday. Came along with the change. He was here last week for the first 4 p.m. show, chiming in. And even if he can't stay, he always comes and greets me every morning. I'm sorry I couldn't make the press conference today. We spoke briefly about that on social media, but I'm definitely at the game.
Well, he had more
in
the building.
If y'all don't come to that game,
May 11th, St. Joe's Prep, right there, beautiful
Sea-Line Avenue.
Beautiful.
Girard Avenue.
Yes,
I'm sorry,
sir.
St. Joe's Prep.
Gym.
Girard Avenue.
Plenty of parking.
A lot of space to park.
Come on.
Easy to get to.
Come on.
If you don't want to drive, you can catch the sub and the 15.
Come on. Or you can get an Uber or Lyft.
Or you can get an Uber or Lyft and you get there.
$4, $5.
Now, I'm going to tell y'all, I've been to 2.
Got to get your tickets early.
You definitely have to get tickets early.
Get your tickets early.
And you will be appreciative and somewhat in shock of what you see.
The press conference alone was crazy. The talent that he has coming from around, not just from Philly, D.C., Maryland. They was coming in from everywhere. Division One. You're talking people playing in the Iverson Classic, the Jordan Brand Classic, McDonald All-Americans, top 20. Come on, Stan had everybody and they sister standing up there.
Shout out to Stan.
Stan, yo,
like I said, if y'all
American game will be crazy.
Y'all don't make it to that game, I feel sorry for you. Just make sure you check up on me because I'm gonna have some footage from that if y'all ain't there.
And please do not hit Coach Joe up. Please stop.
Hey, go get your tickets.
Get your tickets early.
Don't hit me up either.
Yeah, I don't have tickets. Stan puts me on the list. I don't have tickets.
Go get your tickets. You heard it here.
Yes.
It's what? It is now. It's only March 25th.
You got May 11th. I know tickets going on sale soon.
You got a month.
Yeah.
So if you work, you got 2 paychecks to get that money up. At least 2 paychecks to get that money up. Like I said, it's March. You might have 3, depending on your rotation. You might have 1 more this one, and you got 2 in April to get your tickets. But make sure you get your tickets early.
Facts.
All right? One more person, another friend of the show that I had up here. Haven't had Stan up here yet. I've had 5. Raheem Thompson.
Oh, come on. The commish.
The Chosen League.
The commish.
What Coach Joe said something earlier when we talked about Kyle Lowry and we talked about the dog, the Philly dog. I don't know how many of y'all recognize the respect that is required. I'm looking for the right word. The oomph of Philadelphia basketball. Raheem Thompson, my guy. Cherish Shore Playground, 10th and Alany.
Come on.
Now is available in video game.
I saw that. I lost my mind.
Now, y'all could think I'm sitting here boosting my friend, but if y'all play the game, y'all know. Just last year, Chosen League at Live Casino.
Yep. Just honoring people. That brother always put
These
somebody on the map.
Are people that I know. These are people that if I need something, I can call, and somehow, some way, they'll work something out for me.
Man,
but the respect from me is so deep that when I talk to them, I let them do what they do. I don't ask for much. I just show up sometimes, that stuff. I showed up for Fire a couple games. For Raheem, I show up at the games. Every time I go to Chosen League, and if I go in the beginning of the season and I see Rye, he gives me T-shirts all the time. I take him because he gives. It's not like I'm going there looking for him, but that's the mutual respect that we have with one another. And again, the book that he wrote, great book. Raheem Thompson, a lot of good stuff, just like Coach Joe. A lot of good stuff around this game of basketball.
Yo, man.
Like we said, Fire started small, but Google it. Do your research.
Yes, sir.
Look at where he is now.
Yes, sir. Come on.
All this family thing here, and we were sitting here talking about the G League. It's all the same. It works.
And I'm not saying
the concept works.
Yeah, I'm not saying the fact, but I make sure I connect it all. I want us all a part of it. You know, like if I'm in, we all in because we.
This
all
is what I'm saying. It works.
Chuck
yes,
Ellis.
I forgot about Chuck.
Come on, man. You know we talking about guys. No offense to the one hit wonders. I love them that's coming up doing their thing. But once again, we was talking about Kyle Lowry. This all started with Kyle Lowry.
All started with Kyle.
About that veteran, and you got to give credit to those that have been doing it
Absolutely.
a long time.
Littell. We spoke briefly about Littell earlier.
Littell is just. I don't have enough time. I know we got to get off of here because I could tell you stories about Littell. Me, him, and Mo Howard were just laughing and joking about some stuff and just talking about some history, talking about this next generation really don't understand the history, especially of Philadelphia basketball, right? You know, you got one of the all-time greats that's right. You know, L Train, Lionel Simmons. You know, that's my neighborhood. You know, I mean, we know the late great. What's my man? Come on, the late great. He's not Louis Lloyd is no longer with us.
Yeah, Louis, Black Magic.
You just gotta know your history. Shout out to my boy Lamar Mason down in Delaware with Check Rock at the Chase Field House, one of the best run leagues, hands down. High school, middle school showcases. Trevor Cooney runs the showcase for the high schools and things of that nature at the Chase Field House. Yo, go to chasefieldhouse.com. See what we're doing down there if you want your kids. And it's not just about basketball. It's
I was just
football,
about to say, it's about not even about basketball.
Volleyball. We do everything.
Got some soccer, big soccer field down there.
And it's a beautiful place for, if you want to run a tournament. It's just a beautiful place to be at, and that's the home of your NBA 2022-23 G-League champion Delaware BlueVoats as well. So, y'all, I'm telling you, if you want to bring your group, talk to me. I get your great crazy discount, tickets and things of that nature. We want you to come down. That's why I said my man Chance down, Young Chance Foundation down there in South Philly. He bring a whole bus of kids right there from 27th and more.
Absolutely.
He got a whole bus. And
y'all got to get down there, man.
He just want them to be around that atmosphere. He said, man, when I bring them, he like now he uses that to make kids kind of do right. Like they know they're gonna take this trip to go see this NBA
That's
game.
right.
And you know, you know what the kids love. Come on, they love that Kid Zone, and they love the number one mascot in the whole G.
And Cody. Absolutely. That's right. Y'all get down there. Y'all think y'all like hip hop. Y'all think y'all like, y'all like not hip hop. See, I'm telling y'all my age. Y'all like Franklin. Franklin is cool. You love Franklin to death. Right. Gotta go see Cody, man.
See Cody.
If y'all love Franklin, you will definitely love Cody.
Yo,
all right.
Yo, I'm just telling you, Dwayne, I don't even know where. Like, coming to talking to you is just we didn't even need the microphones or nothing.
Well, you called it.
Because,
you called it yesterday.
I just knew I had to get down here.
Absolutely.
Because, when you ever been around family, sometimes you need family and
gotta check in.
Sometimes you just need a really good person to have a conversation.
Absolutely.
With. And I do a lot of podcasts. I do my own, right? I do the Blue Coat. The Delaware Blue Coats Minute, DETV in Delaware, and then I do the Delaware Blue Coats Beat podcast with my man Tony Cotillo. So you can check us out on that as well. I don't know all that hashtag stuff. I'm sorry. I'm still not social media savvy with all the Instagrams and all that stuff. But
absolutely.
Just put Coach Joe Delaware.
I got you.
Coats,
no worries.
It'll all pop up. You can put the Blue Coats Minute. You can put
that's right.
Blue Coats Beat and all that stuff.
Yeah, and pop up. I know all the information, so I'm gonna share everything with y'all. I'm gonna give you all his handles before we close out. Before we close out, real quick, one other person I want to give a shout out to. We said the people that are directly involved in basketball, and we talked about Jenna. So shout outs to Jenna again. Appreciate you. Love you to death. I gotta give a shout out to my guy from the very beginning, Matt Murphy.
Oh, I was gonna bring him up. Him and D Lynham.
I got to give a shout out to Matt because every time I'm down at the field house and I get a minute to check in with him, and a lot of times I just want to go say, hey, Matt, what's up? I know you working. I just wanted to say, hey. Last 2 times he was on a little break and we actually sat and talked. And I felt good and I felt humbled because the first time I did it, and it had been a while since I had talked to Matt, I just was there. He was with D. They were it was halftime. I just walked over. Hey, Matt. He turns around. Dwayne, what's going on? I was like, I was humbled. And not like really surprised that he knew my name because going through the stages from the very beginning, we had plenty of conversation. So we kind of knew each other. And we had met prior to him doing the broadcasting. But it had been a while since we seen him. And it's one of those things where it's like it's not somebody that you talk to consistently, so you might have forgot a name. But it was like instant. He just knew my name right away. So I was definitely appreciative of that. So definitely shout out to Matt Murphy. Keep doing what you're doing. I like it I loved it when you were up doing the Sixers game. Sitting in for Mr. McGinnis. Catch him at 97.5.
Shout out to my man Devon.
Yes,
Timmons.
indeed.
My girl Gailey. What's up, Gailey Timmons? Frederick Ware Newsom. What's going on? Hey, Tiana Morris is on there. Her young son is amazing. Her daughter was... I ain't gonna start no trouble in the house, Tiana. But between you and your daughter and your son, I don't know where to put it. But you're still number one because you play with me directly, But I know you over there doing this thing, my boy Coach B. But I'll be remiss not to mention the guy that started everything for me outside of my family, Big Mike and my brothers and my sisters. I'm talking about my dad. I'm talking about the guy that said, "Yo, Joe, you belong in here, and I'm going to make sure." And that was my man Malik Rose. Shout out to the big fella, Malik. He saw something in me when he first came to the state. The first event I did with Malik Rose, because he was supposed to be that GM for us, but it ended up being someone else. And now it's amazing how the world works. Malik is now second in charge of the whole G-League. He runs things. I've seen him in All-Star Weekend at Indianapolis. And me and him
that is fantastic.
We had a moment to discuss everything, and he couldn't believe where me and him started. And so I say that to say this is one big family, and that goes back to Mr. Bill Williams, right? Positive Image Basketball Program.
Absolutely.
Come on, I'm telling you, this is all connected. Sunny Hill, this is all connected. It's not you just gotta, my man Bernard. My boy Bernard hooked me up with a shirt, and it says "Relationship over Revenue," and that's why I don't look for no money when I come and do anything. I love the relationship, and me and Monica from day one. I believe my brother Mike introduced me to Monica when I first met her. I was at an event somewhere on Germantown, and Monica was doing the event, and my brother was doing security.
Okay.
And Monica was doing this event, and he's like da-da-da. And I had just I was coming off a tour with the Harlem Globetrotters, and that's how I met Monica.
Yep.
And
that's her.
And it turned into all of this. So this is years of, going back to Kyle Lowry, right?
Yep.
Why you need that season, you need that
wisdom,
wisdom,
absolutely,
you need that experience. So this is This is years. This ain't just happened overnight. And
Right.
but I want to say this before I leave, because when I talk about Community Basketball League, that's CYBLDE, CYBLDelaware.com. That's our website for our youth program. It's not a program, it's just a basketball league, which has no expectation but to give you a safe, fun environment for your kids to grow and develop and learn in basketball. That's what the CYBL is all about. When me, Amon, and Angie started it, that was our mandate. But I want to shout out to Dame Ross, a referee friend I've known for years, been with Chili and the family. His son passed away. I went to his viewing this morning, but he also played in my AAU program. I think he was 7, 8 years old, and it changed a lot in my heart today, because I never want to see any kid that I coached or had a part in their life leave this earth before me, and it hurt.
Absolutely.
Hurt. And I was going to make up 1,000 excuses not to come up here today because I was going through so much. And my dear friend, Dwayne's dear friend, the one and only, the legendary, the man,
old school.
The man, old school. Who you with? Old school. He
Yes,
passed
indeed.
away on Friday.
Yes, indeed.
Some of the
blessings to him and
comedy
his family.
Shows at Karen Snyder's, and I was his host and MC for 9 years, going on 9 years. Shout out to Frank and Salim and the whole old school family over there. My heart has been heavy these last couple of days with the passing of these individuals, and I just want to say I love you guys. Dame, his wife Ebony, their beautiful family, love you guys, keeping you in prayer. And old school was an only child of an only child, so he has nothing left on this earth but his name, that I know a lot of us will keep going. So I just want to share that with those that might know him, don't know him. His name is A-Rod Cisco, but we call him Old School. And he knows I love him. I've been a lot of time with him, and I just want to say that. And Heat 100 Radio, Monica, simply Monica, my baby, I love you, all my heart, you the best. Thank you for coming outside to look at something I never forget, looking for somebody, and my brother Mike introducing you to me, and it's been the best friendship I've ever had with someone. So thank you, and Dwayne, once again, SportsRap, y'all.
Absolutely.
Thing, man.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate you too for having the time to come in for the day. Yeah. Once again, folks, we're gonna get out of here. Joseph P. Richmond on Facebook. I am Joe Richmond on Instagram. Y'all know me at SportsRap CEO, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. Facebook, SportsRap Podcast LLC. YouTube, SportsRap TV. Website, sportsrapradio.com. You can get the audio on iHeart, Spreaker, Google, Apple Podcasts, and most of your podcast outlets. Monday evening, fairly nice outside. Enjoy some of the sunshine. Like I like to say for everybody, be great on purpose. Talk to y'all next week and all week on social media. Peace. We out.